Ladies and gentlemen, we have something so special for you today. The 6 steps to handling objections, specifically the commission objection handling script, with my good friend, Mr. Connor Curry, former #1 tennis player in the state of Texas, former Big 12 champion tennis player with Texas Tech University, now turned professional real estate agent, Mr. Connor Curry. Connor, now that you've seen the entirety of my marketing presentation, are you ready to hire me to represent you in selling your home?
You know, John, since I first met you, there was something off, and I just completely do not like you as a person.
So aside from the fact that Mr. Curry threw out one of the dumbest objections I've ever heard, you noticed that step 1 was pause. Yes, I paused. I was caught off guard and it hurt my feelings, but nonetheless, I paused. Let's look at step number 2. So let me get this straight. You don't want to hire me because as a human being, you don't like me.
That's exactly right.
Okay. You'll see step number 2, I was restating the objection, just making sure that I heard exactly what he was saying, no matter how ridiculous it is. So Connor, aside from the fact that you don't like me as a human being, is that the only issue that we're dealing with?
Yes, I would say that would be the only thing that's on my mind.
Marketing's good, we're okay with everything else. You just genuinely, you just don't like me.
Yeah, that's it. Marketing's great. Just don't really like you as a human.
Okay. So step number 3 was to isolate the issue. I want to make sure I know exactly what's going on and that is the only thing we're dealing with. And if we can overcome that one thing, do we have a deal? Let's look at step number 4. So Connor, let me ask you, what is it specifically about me that you don't like?
You know, I can't think of one thing specifically. It's just your presence, maybe your style a little bit, and just the way you look at me.
So when you say my presence, are you talking about the gifts that I give you or just the general aura and vibe that I put out?
Just the vibe. The vibe I'm catching is a little off.
Do you like the presents that I give you, though, for Christmas and birthday and such?
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Okay. Do you think that my vibe and aura that you don't like has more to do with the fact that I intimidate you as a human being, or just that you really just don't like it?
No, I just think I just don't like it at all.
Could you tell me more about that?
Just the vibe that's coming off to me just seems like it's something I don't like at all.
Can you pinpoint the thing about my vibe that you don't like?
I think it's the vibe that comes straight into my soul.
Okay.
And it's just off.
So do you think that the problem is my vibe, or do you think the problem is really your soul?
Let me pause.
So you can't answer the question about is it your soul or my vibe. I think I know the answer, but is the fact that your soul is intimidated by my vibe, do you think that that's going to keep me from being able to actually sell your home? Or do you think that my intimidating, dominating, alpha male type vibe is really going to help enhance the marketing of your home and getting it sold for top dollar?
You know, when you put it that way, I'm actually picking up a pretty good vibe.
I like your soul.
Thank you. I like your vibe.
Thank you. As you can see in step number 4, I questioned Connor and really dove deeply into the fact that he doesn't like me. It's more to do with the fact that he doesn't like himself. And that doesn't seem to be the issue. Really, he's just intimidated by my presence and has nothing to do with whether I can market his home properly. And I did all that by just asking questions. But let's look at step number 5. Connor, let me ask you this question. Do you think it's more important to hire... Connor, let me ask you this question. Oh no, we got the giggles. Connor, now let me answer your objection actually by asking you another question. What do you think is more important when it comes to helping someone sell a home? Someone's vibe and their soul, or their marketing plan and the statistics on which they show you that they sell homes on average for a higher list sales price ratio compared to their competitors?
I think the vibe and soul is pretty beneficial, but the marketing plan and what you're actually going to do is probably more important.
I would say that the amount of money that I'm putting in your pocket and the ease of the transaction is a little bit more significant in this specific scenario than a vibe and a soul, wouldn't you?
I think so.
I mean, if we were going on a date, that'd be a different story, but that's not what we're doing. I mean, I'm courting you currently to sell your home, and it's sort of like dating, and you do have dreamy eyes. However, I think at the end of the day, you're probably more worried about the money that I'm going to put in your pocket as opposed to whether we're vibing.
I think that's right.
As you see in step number 5, I answered directly his objection. I took the questions that I asked, the isolation, the restating, and I brought it all together and answered his objection, showing him that really, whether we're vibing or not, or whether he has an issue with his own personal soul or not, I am the person that he needs to hire to market a home, and that what matters most is the marketing. I answered his objection. Now let's look at the final step, number 6. Connor, now that we've discussed vibe, soul, marketing, are you ready now to hire me to represent you to list your home?
Yes.
Step number 6 is simple. We just reclose. And if he throws up another objection, then we begin from the beginning and go all the way back through, and we reclose, and then we keep going until we get a yes or a no. Now let's look at something that's a little bit more practical to you in the real estate profession. Let's go through all 6 steps while handling the commission objection. Ready? Connor, now that you've seen the entirety of my marketing plan, are you ready to hire me to represent you to get your home sold?
I like it, but here's the thing. ABC Realty said that they would take what you would charge X%, and they would minus 2% from that, and they will sell my home for cheaper.
Oh, do you need to get that?
No.
Okay, so let me make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. You're saying that ABC Realty will do it for X minus 2%, and that commission then is an issue for you. Is that right?
Yeah, commission is an issue, and like I said, ABC is awesome, and they'll do the X minus 2%.
Okay. So aside from the commission, is there anything else that's an issue here? If we can come to an agreement on commission, then would you hire me to represent you right now?
Well, we got the vibes fixed, and now it's just commission.
Okay. So commission's the only thing.
Commission is the only thing.
If we come to an agreement there, then you're ready to hire me.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about ABC Realty's marketing plan. What are they going to do to sell your home?
You know, they didn't show me a marketing plan.
Okay. Okay. What do you know about? You mentioned that it's an awesome company. Tell me more about that.
Well, I mean, I just saw that on Google, so I really don't know anything about it except one review.
Okay. How quickly were they willing to cut their commission?
Pretty quick.
Okay.
I didn't even ask.
You didn't even ask. They just offered it to you.
Yeah.
I wonder how quickly they would cut the price of your home if they're willing to cut their own money that quickly. So you don't know what they're going to do to sell your home. Is that correct?
Yeah, they didn't give me a marketing plan at all.
Okay. No direction at all?
They just said that they would sell it as quick as possible.
Okay. But you're not sure how? Okay.
No, I didn't see anything.
What of my marketing plan, and it's pretty thorough, we spent a decent amount of time going over it, what of my marketing plan would you want to cut out in order to get to that same commission percentage? What would you cut out?
I don't know what I would cut out because I like all of it.
Okay. So you would want the full marketing plan at a significantly discounted rate.
Yeah, that would be good vibes.
Let me ask you this. What do you think sells a product? Do you think that discounted marketing sells a product? Or do you think that strong, solid, valuable marketing typically sells a product for a higher price at a quicker rate? Discount or value?
Definitely value.
Would you say that discounted marketing will typically garner a discounted price? I'm not talking about real estate. Hair dryers, supplements. You look like a strong guy that eats a lot of whey protein. Do supplements sell that are marketed greatly or poorly marketed?
I would say definitely discounted marketing would create a discounted sales price.
Okay. Do you not think it would be the same in real estate as well?
I haven't thought about that.
At the end of the day, what's more important to you? How much money you walk away with or how much money you're paying in commission? Let me ask you this question. If you paid me 50% commission, which is a lot, that's insane, but I put more money in your pocket than if you hired this person for 1%, who would you go with?
It's all about what I walk away with.
Okay, so you would probably choose me.
I would choose you.
Even at 50%, which is outrageous. Nobody charges 50%, but you get my point. I've already shown you my marketing plan, what we do specifically to sell your home. You know exactly steps 1 through 50 of what we do to get homes sold. Shows you the market stats of how we sell homes at X% listed sales price ratio versus the average real estate company that sells for X minus 3%. So you hire me, you're immediately making 3% more money on top of the fact that I know exactly what I'm doing and I'm here to make this a very, very easy process for you. So I'm just curious. Again, you stated this, but I want to make sure that we're clear on this. You're more concerned with what you walk away with versus what you pay in commission.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think that if the other person, ABC Realty, and I were priced the exact same commission, who would you choose?
Well, you.
Why?
You showed me the marketing plan. You showed me everything you'll do, the steps. I'm pretty comfortable with all of it, and I know exactly what it's going to do. And if I have questions, I feel like I'm not uncomfortable to go to you.
What if we were 0.5% different? Who would you choose?
Probably you.
What if we were 1% different? Who would you choose?
You.
What if we were 1.5% different?
Still you.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this then, Connor. At what point is the commission percentage difference worth the risk of selling your home for significantly less should you hire the discounted folks?
I don't know what I'm supposed to say there.
At the end of the day, I think most people get confused the commission percentage that they're paying versus the net equity. And really what you care about is net equity, which is the same as saying what you walk away with. You don't even know the other company's marketing plan. They didn't present you one, and they immediately were willing to cut their commission by 2%, which to me speaks that they'd be willing to cut your commission or cut the price of your home very, very quickly. My job is to market your home to as many buyers as possible in a new way, in a 2020 economy, in a digital world, in ways that no one else is doing. And it's also my job to make this very, very easy for you as well. Our average listed sales price ratio is X compared to this company's, which is X minus 4%. So you hire me at a full commission service, you're immediately going to make X% more than hiring these folks at a discounted price. And you've already said at the end of the day, you care more about what you walk away with than the commission that you're paying. Is that right?
That's right.
So with all of that said then, are you now ready to hire me to represent you to sell your home?
Yes, sir.
Boys and girls, that's how it's done. So as you can see, handling objections is a process. 6 steps. We pause, give ourselves a moment to gather ourselves, and then also make them feel a little uncomfortable. We restate, so we make sure we know exactly what we're dealing with. We isolate, so we know that this is the only issue, and if we can overcome this issue, we have an agreement. Number 4, the most important, we question. Step 5, we answer the objection only if we have to. Step 6, we reclose. Don't skip these steps. These work in interpersonal relationships, business, parenting, friendships, doesn't matter. You do these 6 steps whenever you're dealing with conflict, and I can almost guarantee you 99.9% of the time, statistics are made up on the spot, but 99.9% of the time, this will work in your favor. Catch you on the next one.